Okay, I just made a video and I guess the microphone was out. But let's just start with the first piece of mail. We'll go over this again. By Carlos. He goes, "Thanks for 7 steps and the lion training." Now, my lion training program is my confidence kicker program. And that's designed to build your confidence up. If you're just looking to get a girlfriend, then I actually recommend just take the confidence program, because that might be all that you might need. Just have some confidence, go and say hello to a pretty girl that you like. If you want to have an active dating life, then I recommend you do the confidence kicker program, then do the 7 steps, build your confidence, then learn the game, the real game. Okay, they like to call it natural game, but I like to call it real game, because it's based on how it actually works out there, based on the truth of what works on out there. Okay, a lot of people like to codify it and mystify what works on women, but the truth of it is women do the choosing. You want to hear it again? Women do the choosing. Now, if you can't accept that, then that means you're stuck on stupid to me. Because if you think that, okay, so let's say you got armed with this magic script from this guy saying, okay, you could be 5 feet tall and still date 6 foot tall models. You could be fat and balding, but I'll give you these magic openers, and I'll tell you what to say, and I'll coach you on exactly say these magic scripts. And this woman's going to fall down right then and there and spread her legs for you. Okay. So the guy runs over there, tries it out, and he's not 5 foot tall. Yes, actually, let's say he's 6'1", attractive, and he goes to the steps, and he thinks, God, this script really works. What he doesn't realize is that because he was actually attractive, the girl chose and said yes. It had nothing to do with A1 to A2 or A3 per se, as much as it was his good looks. I'm not saying that word game does not work, okay, if you know how to spit it right. But when the guy is, let's say the guy is 5 feet tall, he's got one of the big Mr. Magoo heads and fat chubby cheeks and a big old fat neck hanging down and a belly and fluff of hair fluffing out. You guys know what I'm talking about. He gets the same script, runs over there, and he tries the exact same thing. She spits on him and walks away like one of the guys had on So Suave. If you guys seen the types of rejection that I actually researched over there, it was funny. No, it was pathetic. It was sad. It was the guys looked at like they're a bug, you're a fucking insect. Like, ooh, a bug. Like, how dare you come talk to me? Stared through like you're not even there, and smoke blown in your face. Yeah, I know it makes bitches out there, and these are bitches, not women. Okay, don't get it twisted. It makes bitches look bad. Bitches always look bad because they do bitchy things. So the fellas, they experience all this negative rejection and shit like that, and they come back and a lot of them end up on sites like PUA Hate. I was talking to Lightbulb the other night because I found the PUA Hate dudes. I guess it went on in 2011, some shit they were doing towards me. And I was going to, post up videos of, I think, what was the question they were asking? It was about that whole sign generator thing. So I went in and I got the same girl. I showed other photos of her. I read her emails, on camera. Then I went and showed some other girls because he don't have any pretty girls. And I showed some A team stuff. The A team, the B team, the C team. I date C and up. C is average, B is attractive, and A is very good looking. Okay, I don't discriminate. I don't do D's, which would be the dogs. Fat, disgusting, weird body women. But if they're average and facial looks, that's good as long as they got the ass. I'm a black man. That's how brothers are. They always say when I was a kid, you don't fuck the face, Chris. You don't fuck the face. Put her on her knees. Put her face in the pillow, Chris. So anyway, that's the way I was raised, and that's what I teach my fellows. You know, C team is your starter hole. When you just learn the game, you get up with C team, and you learn your skills. Then as you learn your skills, you advance to the B team. Some guys may go up to the A team. Some guys may stay with the B team, get a a reasonably attractive girl, and settle down. That's what happens in the pickup artist dudes too. They look up on the first girl they look up on. You always see them. I'm out the game now. And then 6 months later they're back on. You know what I'm saying? What did I do wrong? I reverted back to my old AFC self. So becoming. Okay. So anyway, I would talk about Cardinals here. Oh, they also said I rambled. So anyway, I made a video, and I was going to put it up, and he was talking about, he said, don't do it, man. They'll come after you. I've already had these motherfuckers come after me. I told him. And he said, what they do is they indoctrinate you. They turn you into like a TFLer. And then they start showing you homosexual photos. Because there's a lot of homosexuals on the site. That means I don't want. Fuck that. Forget it. Wow. So anyway, Carlos is saying, Player Supreme, you've made me into a monster. I had more sex in 1 year than my entire life. This is from 7 Steps and my confidence program. He did the full package. Okay. I had more sex in 1 year than my entire life. I'm labeled a whore. Whore! To my friends. But they're just mad. They're not getting none. Thanks a lot, man. Come out with a new program. I'm ready to spend some more money. Exclamation 4 times. SN. These are in capital as SN. What does that mean? Anyway, he goes, I lost count after the 4th month. LOL. SMH LOL. Sound like Carlos is having a lot of fun in his life. Think about it, Carlos is actually enjoying his life. He's having a lot of fucking fun. What are you guys doing? Huh? You guys who are constantly watching videos and going to this guy's channel, watch some videos, this guy's channel, watch some videos. What the fuck are you doing? Carlos out there doing the damn thing. Look, I mean, more sex than he's had in his entire life. He lost count of the number after the 4th month. And what are you guys still doing? Come on, dogs. Put 2 and 2 together to get 4. Do something. Let's go on here. Must watch vid for all the boys on the page that I'd share, especially for those struggling with weight. A lot of people think I'm fat, but what they don't realize is that I did 2 bouts of prednisone, so I got a moon face. If you go Google prednisone, I don't know what effects, you see moon face is one of them. That's why my face looks so fat. Anyway, but good vid. He goes for inner game in general, and there's a link to a video which I cannot show because I'm doing one of these types of shows. Check it out though. Okay, this brother, Exil-minded, he's writing, hey man, I've been watching a lot of your videos lately on how to improve my game and to be a bad boy. I used to be a whiny little bitch that would let a girl step all over me so I might get a shot at her. But it got me nowhere, and I quickly realized that. Soon after, I started reading stuff on how to step up my game and be a bad boy type. But honestly, your brain can't remember all that stuff, and I'm sure watching your videos won't exactly make me that bad boy instantly just because I won't remember all the advice. Any advice you can give me? On what? You're not going to remember it. You mean you want advice on how to make your memory better? Okay, if you want advice on the game, I want you to go to my other channel. I'm waiting for this channel to be released of all the restrictions on it so I can go back there and start, pimping that one out. But I got over 1,500 videos on it. And here's the channel name. Listen, ill-minded, or whatever it is. The Player Supreme Show. That's it. YouTube.com/The Player Supreme Show. And start at the beginning. Try to watch 2 or 3 videos a day, and you'll be up to speed in no time. Okay. Now, I've been having trouble with my equipment lately. I just put up a video, no sound, weird stuff was going on. I noticed something went wrong. I heard something go through my computer system, and my speakers kind of popped the other day. And I'm not sure what's going on with the system, but we'll see what's happening out there. I want to thank the brother that's turned me on to this video series I've been watching. It's about 10 hours worth of video, and I'm almost done with it. It's on the feminization of black males that's been going on. All the imagery, it talks about all the imagery in our rap videos, our movies. They even broke down the color purple, how it's turning women either towards Caucasian males, to run for Caucasian males, or into homosexual women. What's going on in the sports industry. This brother covered everything. And I had this belief that homosexuality started in a certain part of the world, because I couldn't find any history of homosexuality going on in another part of the world. Okay. And he was saying the same thing, and he went through this part of the world's history and showed evidence of all that kind of stuff, and going on since the beginning of time. And I remember watching that movie, 300, and they call let's take one example. They called the 300 people, the Spartans, called the Greeks boy lovers. And in Greek culture, it was women were there for breeding. This is in Greek culture back then, before the Hellenistic period. Okay, and there was like a certain ritual a man went through to pursue a young boy, and it was capturing them. He had to pursue him and capture him, and then take him away for a few months, and that's where he sodomized him, stuff like that. But the Spartans were also in the same thing. Don't get it twisted. We saw what the movie people wanted us to see. You guys who are 300 lovers. The Spartans would take their boys and they would train them while they were fucking them. I think it was called Gagagi or Thigagi or something like that. Their training started at 7 years of age, and they became some badasses. For their graduation, they'd go out. They went out and killed one of their Greek slaves. They had slaves that were this lower class of Greeks that were on the islands there and stuff. That they kept, or on their land, they kept as slaves. It was no big deal. The boy went out and killed a slave male. Big deal. But anyway, they were some badasses. They trained. I had respect for their training program. I didn't like the way of life of Greeks back then and all that kind of stuff. Hellenistic period saw them coming back to women and worshiping women, and the male and female together. Okay, that was good. Plato, I believe it was Plato, he was talking about the love of a boy, or the love of man as being higher than the love of a female. God, man, it's everywhere. But I a long time ago thought that if we're stuck in an ice age and there are no women around, and that's where I think males start using animals for sex and using kids for sex and other males for sex. There's no women, and small family groups. So I don't know. It needs more research to find out about it. So anyway, I was looking for evidence of homosexuality in other parts of the world during this time period, and I haven't been able to find anything going on there. But I do know in one part of the world, because of the Ice Age, there was a lot of that stuff going on. And then coming out of that, as that part of the world started to grow and mature, the treatment of kids was horrendous. It was uncommon to offer boys their children as sex bedmates, to visiting dignitaries and stuff. It was hideous. Like, wow. So, to me, everything on the metaphysical plane comes out on the physical plane. Okay? You do something long enough, it can also sink down into the metaphysical plane, so it becomes an energy. If you study morphic fields, as we can get into some quantum physics here, some of you guys are too stupid. You need to educate yourself. You don't even know what's going on in science. There's a concept called morphic fields. Everything's got a field of energy to it. Okay, homosexuality has its own field of energy also, and that's a powerful energy force that's growing on the planet. All right, you could feel it out there. If you're sensitive enough, you could feel the energy fields that are out there. You could feel it growing within mankind. And homosexuality, on another subject, is a powerful energy today. I was talking to a fellow that wanted to open up his own male escort business in San Francisco. And guess what? The homosexuals ran him out of business. They ran him out of business because it was him and two other people. And, you know, they only wanted to service, you know, some of the rich Silicon Valley women. There's a ton of them down there, by the way, fellas. And black males, if you go to one of those, if you want to get an upper scale sister, find out the groups they belong to. Okay? That's where you can do your hunting. Upper scale black women and white women, they all belong to these like educational groups or fraternity groups, all that kind of stuff. Find out where they're holding their meetings and shit. Find out what hotel they're in and show up the hotel. You pull some smart chicks there. Something I figured out today when talking to this one fella. So anyway, the homosexuals got so powerful in San Francisco that they would not let him do his business. They would harass the phone system. They were harassing him online because they didn't want to, you know, provide services to the men. That didn't happen in my days. That did not happen in my days. In my days, homosexuals were quiet about their stuff. You know, they're you know, peaceful, quiet. They went about their lives and all that kind of stuff, and you didn't hear anything about them. But no, not today. So their power has grown out there, and this whole feminization of males on the planet. Okay, as I said in the last video, I'm watching these. Or let me say that I'm watching this video program on this stuff where the guy's done his all documentation. He put on the screen the original agenda of homosexuals when they started, you know, putting together their homosexual agenda. And guess what one of them was? They want the sex age laws amended to allow any age. That means if you have a little brother. Also, they want to be allowed to be in the Boy Scouts, to become Boy Scout leaders. Okay? You guys have heard of the NAMBLA Association? They're males who love looking at young boys. They want to take photographs with them. They worship them. They say they want to mentor and guide them. I saw a video with two of these motherfuckers. They look like creeps. One guy had a fat neck. He was built like one of them Weeble Wobbles, wide at the middle, and you know, that fat neck thing going on, and talking about he wants, you know, to mentor young boys. You got little brothers, fellas, right? You want one of these creeps near your little brother? Talking about he wants to mentor him? Or take him out hunting in the woods? You should do some research on the number of Boy Scouts who were homosexuals who molested kids out there. Do your research. I have. So they want the sex laws amended so they have access to our children, your little brothers, your little cousins, okay? My grandsons. That's one of their original agendas. They also wanted, you know, to be able to marry and all that kind of stuff. This was, you know, way back in the 1970s when they started their whole homosexual agenda. So they set about their whole program, and they got it taken out of the medical journals as being, you know, a mental illness. It was actually a mental illness back then. They had someone on the inside. They had help. They had they're growing their power. In the 80s, they started coming out, and ever since then, they've been a powerful force, and they will come after you. Okay, they will harass you. They've already harassed my other channel some time ago, a long time ago. But they will come after you. That's how powerful they are. And then now they're so powerful that they got you chumps on their side too. Think about it. The things you do that you concede to. You guys. I'm talking to you guys who listen to me. They got you to accept that word homophobic. That's a made-up word. It started in the late 70s. They made that word a powerful word, so you guys are afraid. Well, I'm not homophobic. They put that word out there. It's a made-up fucking word. A made-up fucking word that you're now afraid of? So they got you guys. You guys are participating in this whole entire thing by non-participation. And those are like the worst people out there, non-participants. Just like in Nazi Germany. When Nazi Germany learned about non-participation, if they had stood up and said, no, we don't like this, that entire nonsense never would have happened. It never would happen. And the Jews wouldn't have ran down to get their own country and call it Israel and all that kind of stuff. That never would have happened. They'd still be in all through Europe, living comfortably, enjoying life. Okay? But because people did not speak up and speak out and say, you know what, we don't like this. That's all it takes. We don't like this. This is not for me. I choose not to participate. There's some kind of show that I have never seen called The Modern Family, I think it is. Are you fucking kidding me? How many of you guys watch that show? You were going to be honest. You're going to be honest. There'll be one asshole that'll say, yeah, I watch it. And that's the type that we need to school to wake up. But if you watch it, are you fucking kidding me? Modern Family? Is that what it's come to? Years ago, Ellen DeGeneres came out. They canned the show. She remade herself, came back, got a talk show. But in between that time, they kept trying. They got Will and Grace out there. I learned this from my buddy. We had lots of arguments on homosexuality. We would argue for 4 fucking hours at a time. 3 hours, 4 hours at a time. We'll start with the comment that I would make too, because I was pissed off. You took my training, my teaching, everything I put into you. I lost my main girl over this shit. So I was pissed off more than anything else. So anyway, we had all these arguments about it, and he said, well, Will and Grace, that was #1 show. And then he was like bragging about Russell Crowe as being, part of the bisexual and deviant sexual behavior. Just nothing to brag about. Come on, fellas. We're the breeders of the planet. We're the creators of life. We're the ones that they need breeding. Because if we stop breeding, they won't have anybody else to prey on. I was watching this video series that I'm watching, 10 hours of video stuff. That's a lot of video, but a lot of education. And the brother had the shit laid out very well. There was a NFL football player, that came out, and he's got AIDS now, and he's been homeless and all that kind of shit. And he had 2 girlfriends and a male boyfriend, stuff like that. And he was raped at 11. And I was, asking Jovina, well, do you know if anybody touched your son? I know they found a gene that addresses it in males. They haven't found it in females. So I guess there's truth. It's either 50% genetic or 50% environment. But it's there. And it's a powerful force right now that we cannot stop. We can't stop it. It's too late. It was my generation's fault. Okay? We should have stopped this shit a long time ago, but we didn't. We didn't. The problem I have is when they use race and their sexual behavior together. You will not find very many black people that like them putting their shitty shit on our bandwagon. You won't find very many blacks. You'll find some sellout blacks, and the ones that try to, be all, I don't want to say the word, but, never mind. Never mind. It's not important. So anyway, fellas, I'm just kind of rambling tonight, talking to you guys about some of the things that are going on out there. They are trying to feminize the males on the planet so that you don't fight. Feminine males ain't going to fight, especially when you take away that masculine energy. And that's why you guys are having so much trouble getting women. Many of you guys are feminine. You don't realize that. It's reading your words. You've been feminized. You guys who have, whose best friends are girls. The guy I'm coaching for the game, his best friend is a girl. He's in his 40s. It started then. It started, he's actually black too. God damn it. But he's also the type of black that's, he He won't date a black woman. He only dates, that type of black. He only wants to date fat, nasty white women, basically. And yeah, so he I try to teach him some black history stuff, and he just looks at me. That's it. I didn't know that. That's it. No jumping for joy, revelation, and all that kind of stuff. That's the kind of brother he is. And that's why he's having so much trouble with women, though. Is that they got to him. This is a hard brother, He's having trouble. He's imbalanced inside. He's soft and meek, or projects his soft, meek stuff, but yet still he studies martial arts. Actually, he studies Aikido, which is a very passive martial art to begin with, but he looks like a hard brother. He's saying, I'm having problems, man. I can't bring out the alpha male in me. And he's feeling it. And I explained to him, he's the first forerunner of this shit that was directed at males on the planet. Not just black males. They want all the males feminized. Okay, it's not just black males. They want all you guys like that. Who are they? We're talking about the Illuminati. And as I said in my last show, I see I'm running 26 minutes. Listen to me, fellas. The guy that I was arguing with about it, he's down in L.A. now, working inside the industry. He's not some guy that's sitting outside the industry saying this and that. He's actually inside the industry in Los Angeles, right in the middle of it. And he called me and said, man, the Illuminati are everywhere. They're all over Hollywood. And I don't know if he's joined, because his recent comments about Obama suggest that he might have actually sucked up and joined. I hope not, but the poor brother, joining those guys. So anyway, I wish him luck. I wish you guys luck. It's going to be coming down to a battle. We're going to be battling real soon, but it's going to be more of a spiritual battle. It's going to be taking people to stand up and say, you know what? We don't want this anymore. That's what it's going to take. It's those people that sit to the side. They're our biggest problem. Just like I said in Nazi Germany. They are our biggest problem. The ones that I don't believe in it, or I don't want to take any action. I don't want to do anything. We got to finally stand up and say, you know what? We've had enough. No more. I'm tired. Just like with the whole gay agenda, every goddamn TV show got to put a fucking, homosexual scene in. I'm tired. Leave me alone. You go do your thing. Let us do our thing. Right, fellas?